Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. This is the Real Estate Rundown. I'm Ryan McMillan, a real estate agent here in Vancouver, and today's video is all about the market update here. We just finished May. We're first week of June here in 2025. So I'm just going to update you guys on how things are looking, how the year has started out, and possibly what the rest of the year has in store for it. So that's all going to come up on the other side. But guys, make sure you go down and you subscribe to the channel. That really helps out the channel. Also, share the videos, like the videos, comment on the videos. That all helps out the channel and lets me continue to bring this content to you guys that I enjoy bringing. We're going to be bringing you guys at least 2 videos a week here on this channel. You're going to get market updates, video, property tours, and also neighborhood tours around Vancouver. And the focus is on East Vancouver and, west of Maine. And I'm going to get into the downtown core as well for you guys. That's going to be the big focus. So guys, make sure, again, sub the channel. Also hit the bell so you're notified future videos come up. We're also going to do some live videos too on this channel too. So when you hit that bell, you know when that's going to happen. So guys, on the other side, we're going to break down the market for you. Guys, welcome back to the channel. Let's get right into it. We are in the month of June now. The first week of June is almost come and gone. But you know what? We're looking at the month of May here and throwing out some statistics for you guys to give you a better feel of how things are going in the market in general. We know that, inventory has been at an all-time high, sky high, but how has May stacked up? Look at the stats here, guys, from the GVR report. Residential sales totaled just over 2,200 sales in the month of May, guys. And so to give you perspective, that's an 18% decrease year over year. So May 2024 had 18% more sales than this year. Sales in May were below a 10-year seasonal average, even though there are some signs that, possibly things might be turning the corner. It's just showing that buyers are still sitting on the sidelines. You look at the interest rate, the Bank of Canada halted the interest rate last week, and for a second time in a row at 2.75. That's the rate hold, after about 7 consecutive rate drops. So although there was relief for potential buyers or even people that have been on variable rates over the last few years, you can talk about back in 2022, 2021, where a lot of these mortgages are now coming due. People were at all-time lows. Some chose to lock in, some chose the variable route. Either way, those terms are coming up, and that is also coming into play. I think 1.2 million mortgages are coming due in 2025 alone, and then there will be a bunch more in 2026. So, with the uncertainty that's been happening in down in the US and the economy, and now with the interest rates that are holding and record numbers of renewals, there's just been a lot of uncertainty just everywhere. So, what does this mean? I feel like, I'm not going to say we've hit the bottom as far as prices are concerned. There are still a lot of price reductions happening, but there is a little more activity and just personal experience too. I just had about 4 showings a couple days ago, 2 in East Vancouver, 2 in New West, and 3 of the 4 of those homes that they were all detached houses. 3 of the 4 actually had accepted offers on them. One like 3 hours prior to us getting there, and then there was one the day before. They still want to show us the properties. Obviously, if you guys know, in this climate, a lot of deals fall through, so they want to keep showing the properties until subject removal time. I think all those homes subjects were being removed at some point next week. So, still possibly in play, but just shows you that things, if they're priced correctly, they show well, they will sell. There's other properties that will sit a long time in this climate and they won't move in, and they'll just die, either be, delisted, canceled, and then, That's just the way we are. Guys, the total number of properties listed on the MLS right now, I just talked about sales. Now you want to talk about inventory. We are at over 17,000 listed in the greater Vancouver on the MLS right now. That is a 25% increase year over year compared to May of 2024. So that just shows you what I just talked about. You got just so many different situations, whether people want to downsize, people are in some financial trouble. So there's a lot of reasons why there's more listings coming to play, and the fact that buyers are still on the sideline. So now that inventory just carries over. It's days on market are longer, and then new inventory comes on. So it just sort of stockpiles. And then you have certain markets like the condo market that now there's so many things in play as far as if you're a buyer, there's not that many buyers around. Compared to the listings, so now buyers are being super picky, right? You're going around, you just, and they're taking their time, right? So there's no urgency at all. So now again, especially if you're in the condo market, guys, if you are priced wrong, like if you are trying to get prices like it's 2022, you are going to be in for a rude awakening. Your property is going to sit, you're not going to move it, and it's just not good. So you got to be realistic with pricing, guys. That's just the climate we're in right now. So with the record number of inventory on the market, with sales being the way they are, very down, we'll see what happens. If you look at the interest rates, what I just talked about earlier, we've sat at a 2.75 for the last 2 months. There are a few more interest rate announcements coming up this year, and a lot of forecasts are that we could still potentially drop another 75 basis points, which really we need it. So it could get down to that level. And like I said, guys, if you're a first-time buyer, I've talked about first-time buyers. This channel is going to have a whole first-time buyer segment, because it's kind of a really cool topic to talk about, being a first-time buyer, because there's so many things that they're brand new to you. You don't understand really a lot of stuff going on. Majority of people sort of learning for the first time. And, the thing is right now, there are a lot of first time buyers that are being hesitant. But if you are a first time buyer, this is a really good time to get in. And, a lot of first time buyers are going to start in the condo market, in the attached market. There really isn't a better time as far as, the choices you have, the no competition as far as other people bidding on properties like we've seen in the past. You could be going in as the only person putting in an offer, and that's a good feeling because you can take your time, you can get all your ducks in a row. But again, you don't want to take all your time, because it doesn't take much. Like I said, I feel like I've been boots on the ground talking with other agents as well. Things aren't going to explode out of the gate, but if there's a little more buyer's confidence, just a little bit, then you will see a little more competition with stuff. One property, for example, that did have an accepted offer, I think it was 3 hours prior to us getting there. They had about, now they were priced really well, and I want to say even below assessed. It was a detached house, but again, 80 groups coming in, 6 offers, 5 were subject to sale. We're seeing that a lot, and we're seeing that a lot where that's accepted. A lot of people are like, yeah, we will accept that, because sometimes it's the only offer. This property, knowing where it was priced, the owner didn't want to entertain that right away, so they took an offer that didn't have subject to sale, and you just had your standard subjects like subject to inspection, subject to finance, and all that. But again, if that property sat a little longer, maybe priced a little higher, you weren't going to get the offers, then you could get a subject to sale accepted. So not only is it a good environment as far as if you're a first time buyer, or you're transitioning, maybe a move up or move down, you can come in at a subject to sale right now and get that accepted. We've seen that there's people that own detached homes and they want to maybe downsize or maybe make a lateral move. So if you're making a lateral move, sometimes you still got to do a subject to sale, and it might just be easier for yourself, and sellers are accepting that. With some of the healthiest levels of inventory that are out there that we have seen in years, many sellers are adjusting their price expectations, and that's something that you really have to look at as a seller, guys. Just with the statistics that I've just thrown out there for you guys, record number of inventories year over year with an 18-19% decrease in sales. that gives you an indication of where we're at. So now if you're a seller and you have expectations of a certain price, you have to be realistic, guys. Look, it's your home, right? We get it. It's your home. People take pride in their home and you feel like there's a certain value on it. But the markets can change and they can change quickly, and time goes quick too. I mean, it just feels like, it wasn't too long ago where we were having these crazy bidding wars. You had 30, 40 offers on a place and people were just putting their hands up if you're a buyer and giving up. You just gave up hope. But when you look at that, it wasn't yesterday. It was a few years ago now. You got to be priced right if you're serious about selling. If you just want to test it on the market, that's fine. But if you want to be serious about it and you want to move the properties, you really, really have to be in tune with the market. And really, that's why you trust. If you have a real estate agent advisor, the biggest reason why you're hiring them is because you trust them, and you trust kind of the information they're trying to provide you, and show you the comparables and say, based on these stats, based on, the climate, we feel like this is where we should price your home. Now, it's a give and take. It's your home. Ultimately, you get to decide, but that's why you hire a realtor to guide you through that process. And it's really so vital right now to get it right. I've talked to other realtors that they have properties. There's some properties that they have that are sitting, and there's some properties that have sold within 5 or 6 days because those were priced correctly. So we're in that climate where, guys, there's always people that are going to be buying and selling. So it's not like we're completely dead, but it's got to be priced correctly. So just to break it down for you guys real quickly, between the detached market, the attached, and the condos. So when I say attached, you're looking at townhomes and duplexes, and then you got the condo market, and then you got the detached market. When you look at detached homes, we were at a 22% decrease year over year. So that's looking at May 2024. When you look at the condo market, we see an over 18% decrease in sales. And when we're looking at the attached market, townhomes, duplexes, we're looking at over a 10% decrease in sales. So all across the board, you're seeing a decrease in sales. The biggest one is the detached right now. And we have seen some price reductions and declines in the detached market as well. So I'm dealing with somebody right now that's trying to make a move up. They have a 2-bedroom condo and they want to get into a detached home. And there are some deals out there right now. But again, guys, like I said, I just looked at 2 properties with them specifically yesterday. Homes that we've seeked out, they were priced correctly. We went there, both had accepted offers. One, like I said, 3 hours prior to us getting there. So there is some movement, guys. So again, you fast forward, you look at the interest rate forecast. If we drop, say, 75 basis point by the end of the year, what's that going to look like for the market? Are we going to see more of a balance? And then now we're kind of back at it here. And this time, when you look back in May or June and say, oh man, I could have got in the condo market here, but I was a little hesitant. I'm still on the sidelines. There's a lot of people on the sidelines, guys. So you gotta kind of see, when do I go in, and when am I going to make my move? So, just giving you guys a little bit of, that's your May market update, guys, and just kind of generally your first part of this year. And really mirrors a lot of, like, when you look at it, mirrors some of what 2019 and the first part of 2020 were looking like. And then obviously you have the pandemic and COVID, and then, then we see what happens after that. And the latter half of 2020 rebounded real nicely, and sales really took off. So, it's a weird time right now. Markets do go in cycles. We'll see what happens the rest of 2025. Like I said, there's a few more interest rate announcements, but just being boots on the ground, we do see definitely more activity than, say, we saw even a month ago or even in April. So it's something to keep an eye on, guys. But listen, if you like what you've been watching so far on this channel, guys, make sure you go down, hit the sub button, like, share the videos. All that helps. Really appreciate everybody tuning in and supporting the channel. Can't say enough. And you know what? I love bringing this content to you guys. There's going to be some more neighborhood stuff coming up, some more home tours, and just more of this. Also, look out for the podcast that's going to be dropping soon too, as well. Excited about that. So, guys, drop the comments in the comment section. Let me know what you think. What do you guys think about the market? What is it going to do? Is it going to rebound? Are we going to see more of a bounce? Are you out there thinking, no, you know what? This market's going to crash. We're going to keep going down, maybe another 25%. I mean, let me know in the comments. I love interacting. So, guys, that's it. Till next time. See you later.